I'm rebuilding this Subaru Impreza that was written off in a pretty bad accident. At first, it seems like the damage was unfixable, and there was so much of it, I didn't even know if it was possible to fix. But with the help of you guys, together on this channel, we're rebuilding it piece by piece. In the last few videos, we've replaced the interior, we've replaced the passenger airbag, fixed steering wheel airbag, we've given it a service, we've given it a proper clean, but there's one thing that I've been avoiding up until this moment, and that is the damage at the front.
Don't believe everything that you see.
There's no denying the damage is bad, and when I realised there was structural damage involved, I thought it might be game over.
I'm not hopeful.
But today, we're going to send the car off to Conrad, he's going to work his magic, and then we're going to get it back, and hopefully start rebuilding this car and get it on the road. So, without any further ado, let's get this car on Matty's trailer, take it over to Conrad and see what he can do. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to episode 6.
I wanna be right here, right now.
Today's the day we get the car out to Conrad. By the end of this video, it'll be straight and we'll be ready to put stuff back on it. No messing about. Right, let's try and start it, shall we?
Seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 in Beijing, man, ain't know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans
2 thumbs up. Now, I'm gonna level with you guys. Up until getting it outside, I was fully planning on doing a white gloss vinyl wrap to go for that proper JDM classic look. But seeing the paint in the daylight has made me fully on the fence, and I'm leaning towards keeping it blue, but tidying it up and putting it back to its former glory. What do you reckon? Keep the colour or complete colour change? Let me know what you think in the comments. Just look at that, it's iconic. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself there. With Matty's help, we got it onto the trailer. And then, for this little Impreza, it was time to go on the journey of a lifetime. To Milnes Bridge, Huddersfield. To be honest, this whole project's been a bit of a journey. I honestly never thought when I started this just 6 weeks ago that I could buy a crash damaged car, send it to a guy that I've never met before, and hoping that he'd be able to repair major structural damage. Now, Conrad was hoping to film some of the process, but for various reasons, he wasn't able to. So instead, here's his explanation on the day we dropped the car off. It's doable, isn't it?
Yeah,
How does it work, or what do you do?
we just pull it, measure it, and that's it. But I'll try and save that leg.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a childhood dream. This isn't like, I'm not going to go around car parks in it, but it's a childhood dream. All them turbo noises. Do you need anything else?
No.
In the next frame, this will all be straight. This is going to have been pulled out and everything will be straight and finished. And all right, this car is going to be fixed in 3, 2, 1. And here it is. If you open the bonnet, you'll see the biggest difference, which is over here. So what he's done is, he's welded this piece back together onto here, sealed all this down here. You can't even really see where he's cut and welded, but it's like there. He's done an absolutely sensational job. And now it matches up on both sides. It's just completely straight. I did apparently make a bit of a mistake with this by spraying it blue straight on. You're supposed to spray it black first and then blue on top. So it is very, very blue. But it's a rebuilt car. This is just part of its history. This is its new look. I think it looks better. So that's done. Now we've just got to remember how it goes all back together. Cool. We're ready to start putting this thing back together. At the moment, we've got no radiator, no AC cooler. We've got a little crack in the cam belt casing. Once those things are back in, it should run completely fine. And hopefully by the end of this video, we'll be able to take it on the road for its very first drive ever, and I can't wait. So, let's get cracking. Cue time lapse. Let's start with a small job of replacing the cam belt casing. It's literally bolt on, bolt off, and that's job one done. Next, we've got the wing mirror, which has seen better days and was basically held on with electrical tape. Can you see yourself? Subaru Stu sorted us out with a brand new second-hand wing mirror. All I've got to do is take the door cards off and disconnect the electrics. And then it's almost a like-for-like replacement. But obviously, this one is from a black Impreza. However, as we discussed earlier, there's definitely going to be some painting or wrapping going on at some point anyway, so that's not a problem. Next job, AC cooler. But there's going to be a small delay with that part. Right, this is really annoying, but Autodoc have sent the wrong AC radiator. As in, it looks like it should fit, but none of the mounting holes mount up. But I really want to get this car back on the road in this video. Forget about the AC, let's just get the radiator on and get this car out. Okay, cool, let's go. Now, in the crash, the radiator panel was broken, but the fans still work perfectly well. A set of new fans is about 150 quid, 200 quid. The only damage was to one of the fans, and it was just a bit of plastic that was cracked. But there's nothing that a bit of super glue can't fix. So nice and carefully, I glued the plastic back together, clamped it for about 20 minutes, and it was good as new. Then it was just a case of putting the old fans onto the new radiator panel, and then putting it in place at the front of the engine. We had to connect all the pipes, make sure everything was clipped in so it worked nicely, and then we could start filling it with coolant. And that means we're nearly ready to take it for its first drive, as long as we don't have any problems when we're filling the coolant system up. Yeah. Now when you refill the coolant system, apparently you have to have the heaters on full to pull coolant through the whole system, including the interior heater matrix. Once coolant's got around the whole system, the heaters should blow hot, but that wasn't happening. Right, it's been 20 minutes now. The heaters they're warm, but they're not hot. But the engine's running really stable, so I guess it's just an airlock in the heater matrix. I think I've made a mistake in that I filled the expansion tank to the full, which it obviously shouldn't be. So maybe there's an airlock because it's not able to dispose of the air into the expansion tank, which is what it's for, which would make sense. So I'm going to turn the engine off, take off the expansion tank, empty it, fill it to the proper level, and then do the whole thing again and see what happens with that. Let's do that. But even after that, there was still some air in the system, which you can hear burbling away. So I just thought, the engine temperature's holding steady, maybe it needs a good old blast up the road. So let's send it. I can't believe we're about to drive it. Look at her. Let's go. Let's go. Right. There goes nothing. Oh, the brakes are spongy. Something's not right. It's definitely not right. Sort of like juddering. Knocking. Got a flat tyre without realising. Should I have been more worried? Probably. But I just couldn't help myself. Oh Lord! As standard, the Impreza has 225 brake horsepower with that all-wheel drive. And boy, does it feel like it. Oh Lord! Second gear doesn't seem to have much. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it does. And then I remembered this was supposed to be a gentle test drive. Yeah, fine. I'm just gonna take it back before anything bad happens. Oh, this is worth fixing. This is 100% worth fixing. The engine, oh, engine's hot. Engine's really hot. Right, I'm gonna roll it down the hill because the engine's really hot. and then turn it off immediately. Just let it cool down. Just gotta get it back. That's a bad idea. To be fair, that is a really rough ride. That could be the shocks. The shocks could have already been dead. Engine's cooling down, that's quite good. So there's definitely an airlock in the coolant because the engine's just like should not be that hot. Do you know what? It drives terrible. It's got no battery. The shocks have gone. It overheated at least once. But I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, click the like button below, make sure you subscribe, and stay tuned because I'm going to see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out. No one shows you this side of filming by yourself on YouTube.